battle of the absolute spuds. Friday night footy at its
We're
finest.
still talking about
0-2.
No, we're not talking about
We're
something.
going on about
Collingwood
Good
preview.
Friday again.
All right, we are talking about Collingwood versus Carlton. The battle of who sucks more.
Is there going to be a clash, Guernsey?
I don't know.
Surely. Because
I honestly
there
hope
won't
I
be.
can't tell who's the
It's
difference.
Carlton's
Carlton's
home game.
It's Carlton's home game, so Collingwood
Collingwood will
should
wear
be
the
wearing
white.
their white Guernsey.
All right.
Their traditional
Let's leave
Guernsey.
your Guernsey sucking out of it. It's Friday, 7:50 at the MCG.
Big game.
Hopefully Antiques Roadshow's on again.
Both teams.
Big game only because of the
Only
ramifications
because of the
losing team.
ramifications, yes. Both teams hoping for their first win of the season. Obviously, Collingwood will be without Darcy Moore, who hurt his finger and then somehow managed to pull his hamstring, which makes no sense whatsoever. But that's Collingwood for you. And then on top of that, obviously, we've got the performances of last week. Collingwood's endeavour, I watched that entire game.
You're
I have a
brave.
sad life, I know, but I am a Collingwood supporter. Their endeavour and their will
They played
is
well.
unquestionable. I cannot
Yeah.
fault the idea that they're not playing. Hey, Brownie, shush. You got to talk about
way you-
Carlton in a second. Shush, right? You
The
didn't
way-
watch the
Turn him
game.
down.
Shush. They try so hard, and it's so sad because it's like a little kid who like wants something so badly, and they're trying so hard, but they just can't do it.
Oz kickers have endeavour.
It's literally like they're trying to jump up and like reach the candy on the top shelf.
They're just no
And
good.
they're just like a couple of centimeters off, and they
my
just
God.
Chair
can't,
tips.
I can't
can't
believe-
grab it. And I mean, they're around the ball. Any team who could have finished in front of goal would have killed GWS. GWS were not impressive. They were
They
not
were poor.
good. They
But
were not
credit,
good.
Credit to them. They typically lose those scrappy games.
Yes. Well, it
They're the
didn't
kind of
help
game
that.
Like the,
You know you're a good team when
Yeah,
you start
when you
winning
start
those
winning the
games.
game.
when
that
the
you
going
probably
gets tough,
shouldn't.
GWS usually shy away.
Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, the problem was, once again, the kicks inside 450 were horrific. Tim Broomhead wouldn't have broken his leg if the kick to Crocker hadn't have gone
If he
55
wasn't
foot
stupid enough
to
over
put
his
his boot-
head.
yeah.
Get back to that.
You can't hear Brownie. Then, on top of that, sitting on Treloar's head and Ben Crocker's head as your full forward is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Phil Davis was literally sitting there like, oh, this is fun. You're going to do something different.
You got a hybrid
Why
team.
are you sitting it on top of their head? Obviously, they didn't have Reed. Now they won't have more, but big old Mason's back, so we're going to be good.
Did
Now,
Treloar have a good game? Because I didn't watch the game.
He was the handball,
All right.
handball
All right.
happy Treloar, right?
but I mean, once again, they won the inside 50 count convincingly,
Didn't answer
but
my
they got
question.
smashed. They got smashed
scared
in
to kick
inside 50s, and they didn't get the reward on the scoreboard,
Just let
which
him have
is
this one.
literally just deja vu, Groundhog Day. Every single time Collingwood play, the exact same thing happens. Moving on to Carlton, who were, I think they would have been really impressed by their round one performance against the Tigers, even though they lost. But I think credit needs to go to the Suns because I think people are underestimating how good they're going to be this year because Stuart Dew is a really, really good coach. And if there's an assistant coach at Sydney, you want them because they're just brilliant. But on top of that, like Carlton still would not have been happy with that performance.
See, Carlton,
34-point
the
loss.
entire pre-season, they were just pumped up for round one. You even saw the video of Brendan Bolton saying, "Oh, go and watch the grand final." They were pumped up. They're like, "Oh, we're going to we're going to take it up to the
The
premiership
defending
team."
champs.
Now
They
that's
did.
done.
Credit
It's
to them.
like, now what? What are we doing now? We got a game where we should be winning. We're favourites. We can't lose this, and they lost it like that. Gold Coast were talking about them. See, I said when we were doing our previews, I had a feeling that they would be the team that would be slightly on the rise, and we've seen that so
We'll
far.
get to them more later as well.
But I just want to talk about Jacob Wiedering.
Can we get to him as well later?
Oh, come on.
It's a clue. We're going to get
Hold
to it.
up.
That's a
Tune into
debate.
Unscripted, and we will talk about Wiedering. All right. I think Liam Jones as well didn't have a good day. 8
He
goals.
took
for-
too many
Well, he looked like
risks. Don't get
Liam
me
Jones.
started.
Did he?
Liam
Did he
Jones.
try jumping on the
Yeah,
opposition's
Jack
back
Rewald's
again?
back again. I got a question.
twice
How
in the
much of
first
the
game.
defenders, like, so let's say we're saying Liam Jones had a bad game. Did he have a bad game because the zone that they're running or the system they're running, other people broke down so he was exposed? Or did he just have a bad game?
He took some risks and it
Backfired.
backfired on him. Yeah. No, that's in the past couple games he's been taking a few, particularly the last one. He was just taking risks that.
You think he's getting ahead of himself?
I think he's starting to get a bit ahead of himself. He needs to rein it back a little bit.
Do you think that's because the coaches told him to do that, or do you think it's just him thinking that, oh, I'm a good defender now, I can take those risks?
Because he would have heard
I
the
think-
talk.
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
you can't not ignore
He would have heard the
talk,
podcast.
and he's taken some risks because he thinks he's a bit better defender.
Then he maybe is.
Maybe he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Prediction. Jed.
Oh, jeez. I'll be barracking for
That's
Carlton.
not a prediction.
Okay, Carlton to win.
Brownie.
Depends which Carlton. Literally depends which Carlton. If it's
Well,
last
which Collingwood,
week's,
right?
if the Collingwood,
No,
Carlton,
Collingwood's the same every week.
if the
Okay,
Carlton
yeah.
team from last week shows up, we're getting flogged. Like Collingwood took it to GWS.
You beat
But
those
if
teams
we-
on that day.
But if the Carlton that showed up against Richmond, well, I think Carlton might just win.
Well, they've played each other 244 times previously.
Here we go.
Carlton
Here
have
we
won
go.
127, Collingwood 123.
He wants his
Four
crown
draws,
back.
but Carlton have won 5 grand finals against Collingwood.
And that affects
Collingwood
this
have
game.
In the
won.
1920s.
They always screw Collingwood when it matters, but I think Collingwood's going to screw Carlton this time, and I think Collingwood are going to win.
All right, fair enough. Not sure about the adjective or descriptive word, whichever one it was. Collingwood should win this. They really should, but they're going to find a way to lose. They're
Could be
going
a
to lose.
draw.
They're
Could
going
be
to
the
lose.
fifth draw between these teams.
They're going to
Yeah,
lose
go the
by
draw.
5.
Neither
But
team.
they
I
should
reckon
win.
it's both. I reckon it'd suit both teams at this point.
Can we just
Yeah,
go back to
draw.
the Clash Guernsey?
You can
Surely they're going to wear a
New
Clash
segment.
Guernsey.
Yeah.
Richmond
They've
wears a
never-
Clash Guernsey against
They're never
Essendon.
gonna wear a Clash jersey
But why not?
because it's tradition.
But Collingwood's traditional top is white with black stripes.
Traditionally, yeah.
Black with white
That's a
stripes.
fair point.
So Collingwood should be wearing their traditional top. That's the only
Gotta
reason
talk
there's
to
a
Eddie
clash
about
there.
that.
Oh,
Why that's-
good luck with that.
The only reason there's a clash is because Collingwood changed their top in 2000.
All right, you finished?
Well, I might go on strike until we get an announcement by the AFL that Collingwood will be wearing their white top.